Carolyn's going to make some sense out of all of this stuff. Carolyn Baldwin is here, and the phone lines are open. This is a live show on November 7th, 2017. And I'm going to say the date just on the very off chance that one day we use a recorded version of your show. But we haven't, I think once or twice we have.
Well, we use,
a tooth removed or something. We had
we occasionally, or if I'm out of town or out sick or something like that. You're kind of like
Robin and I. You're always here.
Right. I'm always, I'm that staple or whatever you want to call.
Well, how are you doing?
Real good. How about yourself?
Anything news with your house?
No, everything's just chugging along. It's a slow process on stuff.
We had FEMA on again this morning. They're still trying to get the word out for those who didn't already apply for help. So.
At least all the yard junk was all cleaned up. That was nice. From by my daughters. I know there's a few pockets of areas, that haven't, I guess, yet been done. But I know for us on the not far outside the city limits, as they picked up, I want to say almost a week and a half ago, maybe. Yeah, so that was nice. I mean, they left a few pieces, but they can only grip up so much, Some of the little stuff they can't get.
So what's your hand?
It's just carpal tunnel. I had the surgery on the one hand.
Oh.
I haven't had it on the other hand.
Oh, my gosh.
And I did have an injection, and I hate to say this time it didn't work. So,
oh, my God.
I was hoping to buy myself 6 months or so of, no pain with a shot. But now I have to wait. I may call the doctor next.
So what do you think of this weather?
I love it.
Is this normal for us?
No, it's a little warm as per se. But, I like the warm weather. I don't like the dark nights, the evenings being dark at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening. No, I'm a person who needs sunshine.
Blame that on mankind, not Mother Nature.
I know. Except that actually we are back to standard time. I believe it is, aren't we?
I don't know. I
always get mixed up because I think spring is the daylight savings time, and then fall we fall back to standard. But I'm not positive. Somebody can correct me. Otherwise, it's the other way around. But I hate both of them. Just this one's easier to do because you gain that hour back, or you get it back, I guess is all you could say. It's like a tax refund. It really isn't a refund. It was yours to begin with, and you're just getting it back. But it was a day that, it's been nice. I've actually been on, today's my last day of my vacation. Tomorrow I got to go back to work.
And you had to come in here.
I went and played in the dirt like I got dirty fingernails. I barely got my hands washed. I started out with gloves in the garden, but something happened and I took one off. And I took them both off, and then I just had dirty hands.
Somebody asked me to ask you a question about the dew point.
Okay.
What does a gardener or a farmer use that information for?
You know what? I'm not real sure. I think it has to do with moisture at the soil level. Overnight moistures.
Because it's always in the ag report.
It is, and I don't know if that's because that in the morning that the ground will be at least the surface will be moist. You come out when it was foggy this morning. Almost, the air was dripping. and if you looked on what
Yeah.
had been a dry surface, there's droplets and things like that. And that part of it has to do with that the ground is wet or the plant material is wet, and that if you're needing to get out there with a product,
Right.
whether or not, if it's a granulated, maybe you want it a little more dewy so that it sticks, or you're needing for it to, before you can get into those crops or anything, that you need it to be dry.
Uh-huh.
So I'm not real sure. I haven't really done much on that to find out why. What the dew point really has to do with us. I just more worry about, we got good sunny days, proper temperature, enough rain, otherwise we're turning on irrigation, and, we're getting out there with the hose. And
You guys doing anything for Veterans Day? You and your husband?
Actually, I don't know. Actually, I kind of made plans to run down to Orlando to go to the IKEA store.
You need.
I need to,
furniture.
yeah.
Yeah.
I need to go buy a bed.
Oh my gosh. Oh, well, nobody's gonna blame you for buying a bed.
No.
I mean, you just went through some bad. I mean, 2 months ago, your life was turned upside down by that storm.
But hey,
All right, let's take a phone call.
Great.
Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Okay, good morning, guys.
Morning.
Carol Ann.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm waiting for the dew to dry off the grass because I'm going to be cutting the lawn for the last time.
Okay.
And the question is, should I cut it short or actually I could almost leave it like it is right now, but I kind of thought to make it look nice and neat, and that I would cut it. And I'm thinking maybe I should cut it a little shorter.
No, leave it long. Leave it long, because the longer grass will actually protect the root zone, protect the grass blades underneath, because if you cut it short and it really doesn't grow any, because it may grow a little bit with how warm we are, and even the extended forecast over the next couple weeks looks like we're going to still stay in these lower 80s with overnight lows in the 60, that may still do a little bit of growing, but I would leave it a little more on the long side in case we get a cold snap. If that grass is actively growing, you want something to protect that underneath there. Let the top turn brown. Let the top turn brown, and not what's further down turn brown.
Yeah, well, we had a pretty good frost here a couple of weeks back, and I would say I lost probably a third of my lawn.
No. Well, you just had some cold damage. You just had a little patches. It's, come next spring, it'll probably be fine. But that's why you don't want to mow too short right now, is that it's not going to put a lot of growth on, and what growth it does put on would be much more susceptible to cold temperatures.
Yeah, I know the weather people are saying that we're supposed to have a mild and dry winter, and I've got an irrigation system. I suppose if I watered, maybe I would stimulate some more growth.
You would, but you don't necessarily want to do that through the winter. You still want that lawn to go into its, even if it is just a semi-dormancy, a mild winter for us could still mean just highs in the 70s. And that's going to slow growth down. The lows in the 50s and 40s is going to really slow growth down to anything that we have. And it needs that dormancy. It needs that slowing down a period. Otherwise, you end up, having to go out there and mow, and should we get a cold snap, you get the worst damage. You get more damage and so watering, if we're going to be dry, yes, watering every, 10 days is probably going to be enough, for lawn. 2 weeks even, if we're not getting any rain. Any cold fronts, as we used to have, or we have had in the past, and last year, it's, as an example, that all of our cold fronts are generally ushered in by a rain event. Some areas get more than others, but if we're not having the cold fronts, we end up with drier temperatures in the wintertime. And so an occasional, but put it on, a scheduled, watering if you can, if you have to, that we're down to 1 day a week. See if you can get away with every other week. If your grass is looking a little sorry at that, maybe the once a week, and give it a good watering, just to keep it going, just to keep it from being too stressed over the winter.
Yeah. Say, do you think these foggy mornings, these heavy dew mornings, that any of that moisture does get down into the root system in the grass?
It's absorbed by the plant material. It's helping it. It's not really getting into the root system as much as it's absorbing and keeping humidity up in say some shrubbery. The grasses will utilize some of that moisture. It's just going to be right on the surface. So anything measurable? No, not anything that would be measurable. But this would be one of those times, though, to think, we used to talk about the hydrotain stuff or any of those water, retaining things, that this may be the kind of year that our lawns and landscapes would benefit from something like that, like the moisture, something that's going to control the moisture in the landscape. Unfortunately, those kind of things are right now, I guess you're buying them online. I don't know of any retail stores that are selling that now locally.
Okay, well, thank you very much, and have a nice day.
You too, thanks.
Thank you. Phone lines are open if you want to call Carol Ann. The number is 622-9622. Looks like we're up against the break already, so let's take that break, and we'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. I'd like to invite you to stop by and see our new boutique area and meet our staff of professional stylists. Here at Hello Gorgeous, we are ready to update your look with the latest trends. And with summer here, it's the perfect time to brighten up your look. So make your appointment now for those highlights and Brazilian blowout. But don't stop there. We are a full-service salon offering manicures, pedicures, and facials also. So if you've been searching for a salon to call your own, come and see us at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located at 48 South Magnolia Avenue in downtown Ocala, right next to the Marion Theater. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, I'm Russ Moore with Pike Mill. Our relationship with WOCA started in 2009. WOCA is family-friendly, community-involved station. When we moved to our new location on 17th Street in October of 2016, of course, we went to WOCA so they could tell everybody our new location. The folks at WOCA really care about their clients and want them to be successful. For all of your shipping needs, call Pike Mill, and to tell the Ocala area about your business, call WOCA, because WOCA Radio gets results.
Everybody loves palms, and this week, Baldwin's Camellia Gardens has a special event featuring these ever-popular Florida growers. Some of the famous varieties like ribbon palms, queen palms, pindo palms, and more start at just $29.99. Larger number 10 size, just $99.99. And take your pick, huge palms, regularly priced up to $799, are all 20% off. Great buys on Bob's Famous Camellias too. This week, dwarf camellias starting at $19.99. And yes, we've got BOGOs too, budded and blooming hibiscus, buy one, get one free. All hanging baskets, buy one, get one at half price. If you've not been to Bob Wines in a while, now's the time to come browse our garden on Southeast 38th Street, Ocala. Watch our camellias grow, open daily till 4, Saturdays till 2, in the same blooming place for more than 65 years.
Veterans Day in the U.S. is also known as Armistice Day in other parts of the world, and it honors the many military who have fought for freedom. It is also the anniversary of the signing of the armistice that ended World War I. Major hostilities formally ended at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918. The folks at the Voice of South Marion join you in remembering military past and present.
All right, let's return to Carol Ann Baldwin in the garden with Carol Ann, and 19 minutes after 9 o'clock. I just did a real quick thing. I don't know how accurate this is. The average temperature in Ocala. Okay, this is Ocala. For November 11th, it doesn't give me the 7th. Oh, wait.
Okay.
No, it doesn't really. Okay, 76 is the average high.
Right.
56 is the average low.
So we're looking at almost 10 degrees above normal.
Wow.
For this time of year.
Maybe the world is warming up, Carolyn.
It's a cycle. it's a cycle. We've had things like this before. It's, in the same way, that, what was it, in the 70s, they were saying we were going to have an ice age.
Yeah.
So it's, it's a matter
you know
of...
what? If I had a choice between the two,
I'll take the warming.
I was going to say.
Yeah, I'll take the warming. I don't like cold weather. We all know that.
Can you imagine if Florida became frozen?
Oh, that would not be pleasant. That would not be pleasant. And I am searching for something I read yesterday, or the other day, I should say. I don't know what day it was, just a couple days ago. If anybody else saw it on Facebook, it was on the artichokes. It was it was an IFAS publication on, it may have come out of a blog, but they were talking about artichokes becoming a cash crop in the state of Florida. And it's really kind of strange because actually right in the article it says, the artichokes are hard to grow in Florida because they prefer a Mediterranean climate where we have that subtropical climate. Here in Central Florida, we're subtropical. We're not considered
I'll take your word
tropical.
for that.
Yeah, well, we're not Mediterranean. We don't have the cool springs, the cool wet springs. We have hot, dry spring.
Okay.
Kind of thing. And the moisture. That's why I always tell people don't pay attention to. So California's a zone 9. We're zone 9. We're different climates, though we have the same amount of hot days or whatever. But they're working on it that using what's a natural hormone that's used to encourage blooming, because what is an artichoke but the flower bud of a thistle is what that is. It's an edible bud off of a thistle, the globe artichoke.
And it's one of those...
They're fun to eat kind of things. They're expensive.
It's one of those late comers in my culinary
and I think with most people it is. Yeah. It's not something most children are offered.
It doesn't look good.
Right.
It looks like a hunk of white stuff.
It's one of those kind of things that you got to eat.
Stuff.
You got to, it's not something generally I don't think offered to children unless it's in a salad or cooked in a dish that, but to have an artichoke to sit down and have one, not generally, I don't think, offered to the kiddies. But it's interesting that they're looking at growing them. They've already gotten some successes, or quite a bit of successes. It just sounds like they need to double their production, and they'll be using an organic hormone that encourages flowering. That's and I'm going to mispronounce it. What they would call it, gibbing or jibby, where it's a naturally, it's one of those. It's a really long word. Now I thought I was going to be able to say it. Now my tongue's tied. My tongue's tied up. But anybody who has grown camellias old school style may have, forced their buds using this, this product, this item. But it is a natural. It's not something that it's a chemical going into it and things like that. It's just a naturally, it's a hormone that encourages the flowering of the plant. Just like we might use, the apple to get the pineapple to grow.
So
fruit.
When it is considered a difficult plant to grow, and at the same time they're saying it could be a cash crop, what does that mean? They have a different way of doing it?
That they are going to have the ability, or that they're going to use this...
Like a greenhouse or something?
I can't pronounce it. No, they'll be field grown, but it's going, by the acre. That I guess they're counting on the high price of the item on the market being cost effective to grow it. Because, making it cost effective, that possibly it's possible that if Florida began to grow the artichoke, we might get one of the first crops out on the market in the season.
Oh, okay.
Like we do strawberries. Our strawberries start coming in before the California strawberries come in, and before the northern strawberries and things like that. Citrus, we were always one of the first ones out on the market with the new crop of fruit. Just because of our temperatures and things like that. So I'm not sure if they're counting on that as one, but it might be one I may try to do at the Ag Center, because it is a perennial. It would be something that you're not planting every year, at least to the best of mine. So I'm going to do a little research on it. It was just it was something I wanted to grow before, and I wasn't successful at even getting them started.
Oh, really?
So, buying a root. But
by the way,
I've got
there's my plant. I got some.
The apple tree is fantastic.
It doing?
It looks wonderful.
You see, it's got a little tiny little leaf coming up out of the middle?
Oh,
See it?
yes, it does.
So that's
Look
what
at
it
there.
does.
So it's,
Every now and then it does one of them.
It starts to put a leaf on. Yeah.
And it'll be a tree one day.
One day it will be a tree.
And then we're going to have some cider. By the way, I'm taking a survey of
Okay.
one simple question.
Okay.
Cider.
Uh-huh.
Hot or cold?
Both. I mean, I like,
Really?
Yeah.
If you had a
I like
choice,
the
though.
hot. Well, if it's cold out, I want it hot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If it's cold out, nice, hold it and.
Cold cider every time for me. Chilled, not just
Yeah,
cold.
I mean,
but
yeah,
chilled.
but I like it nice if it's going to be warm out. But if it's cold out
Really?
and you're sitting, I want, and probably.
I was
want
hoping you were
want
going to
shot
join
it.
my side.
I like it. I want it both ways. I do like it ice cold.
Me too.
Like,
Me
and
too.
and
Carolyn, you're almost on my side.
It's very refreshing that way.
Almost-
But then if it's
no.
cold out, if you're sitting somewhere where you're freezing your bum off, you want to wrap your hands around it and have the stick of cinnamon sticking out of
Really?
there and a shot of rum in there and
That does it for you, huh?
yeah, throw the shot of rum in there. Makes
Shot
it
of
all
rum
the
in there,
better.
Robin.
Yeah.
She's adding booze to hers. We had this discussion. And so far, I'm
It's
the only
50-50?
person.
Oh.
No. It's 100% in the hot favor. I mean, you kind of add a little.
I'm a 50-50. I
you
like it
add
both
a little
ways.
bit.
I like it, yeah.
I'm the only
and
one.
I think it depends on temperature. If it was like
Not
this
for
and you
me.
offered me cider, I'm going, yes, I want it cold.
Not for me.
But if it was,
If it
40
was-
degrees, or if I was sitting by a fire,
Oh gosh, a cold glass of apple cider is so good. Is apple the only juice that we call cider, by the way? Is there such thing as cherry cider or any
I
other?
don't think so. I don't.
Pear cider?
I'm not sure. I know. I'm
Dan
only
told me
familiar.
Dan told me about Dickens, but I think that was just a joke.
Oh
Don't go there.
no! Don't go there.
don't-
No.
It was.
Doesn't sound. Yeah, it doesn't sound like a thing to go to for polite radio.
But anyway, so far cold is. I'm the only one
The
so
only
far
one.
who likes cold chilled apple cider.
We may have to do a taste
Why is
test.
it
I mean,
that's-
maybe we do something. Go and see actually if one of them actually tastes better than the other.
To me, I can tell you the answer to that
Yeah,
one.
to that one.
I always wonder why do we only have certain things Thanksgiving? Why is apple cider so good?
During
we
because
only
you're
have it
thinking
now.
of the crisp, not here in Florida, but if you're from elsewhere or if you live in in areas that do get cold, they start to get cold in October when you're thinking of the apple harvest. I mean, you're getting apples are harvested September, October, November kind of thing.
But how come we
that's so
don't
nice and
roast the
fresh.
turkey any other time of the year? You do?
I have. I used to do a couple a year. Yeah, I would do. Yeah, we
It's
like
just
turkey.
such a good. I mean, you get the.
Well, turkeys at a season are expensive when
How?
you think of the
Really?
price per pound, because they go from the 59 cents a pound job up to like $1.99 a pound. And when you're talking, 10 or 15 pound bird, they're a little pricey. But no, I used to buy a couple at Thanksgiving, throw one in the freezer, cook one for Thanksgiving, and have one, I don't know, sometime after the first of the year or in the summertime even, because you had everything. You could slice up all your turkey. I know this has nothing to do with plants.
It's agriculture.
It's agriculture.
How
Yes,
come
it's
there's
true.
no turkey restaurant? Like there's chicken restaurants everywhere.
Well, probably, again, because turkey, there's not as many grown.
Would you pay? I'd pay for it.
Well, I mean, you get turkey dinners.
We could have that.
as a lot of times as blue plate specials, and at diners and things like that, where they'll do the roast turkey and stuff year round.
Right.
But to have one, turkey has a tendency to be a little dry if undercooked, and a lot of the sandwich shops do turkey year round, but not to,
That's true. That's
that
true.
you do. I think it's just something people, I mean, I know we have ham all the time. We have, like you say, chicken. I don't know. We also don't have a cow restaurant, but we have burger places and steak joints.
Well, that's the same thing. But I mean, there's no like Zaxby's is specializing in chicken.
Right.
Chick-fil-A, chicken. Right.
Yeah, KFC, chicken. Popeyes,
chicken. Right. There's no turkey place.
Because it would probably be a turkey.
We should open one.
It might be foul. I don't know.
We'll call it Gobblers.
Gobblers. Gobblers.
That'd be a good name, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Gobblers.
Gobblers. But
Gobblers has a special
I mean,
sale.
how do you come up with a whole lot of different things for, you get the smoked turkey leg, Yeah, or turkey sandwiches.
Turkey.
Or turkey.
With mayonnaise.
With
Absolutely.
Mayonnaise and, yeah.
Yeah, on toasted rye bread. Oh my gosh.
You're going to make me hungry.
That is good stuff. All right, we're up against the break. We'll take a break. Oh, we got the phones ringing. I'm sorry, we got a break.
We'll be right back.
Phone calls on the other side of the break. We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio. I'm Chris Foster.
We pray healing in the name of Jesus.
A vigil in Sutherland Springs, Texas, for the 26 people shot and killed at First Baptist Church on Sunday. A neighbor shot the gunman before he eventually crashed his car and killed himself. Stephen Williford tells KHBS TV.
People at that church, they're friends of mine, their family. And every time I heard a shot, I knew that probably represented a life.
He says he's no hero. President Trump says about North Korea's nuclear program, standing with South Korean President Moon Jae-in.
We will together confront North Korea's actions and prevent the North Korean dictator from threatening millions of innocent lives.
There was a state dinner in President Trump's honor in Seoul. Fox News. We report, you decide.
The Ford year-end sales event is here. Now with 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus $1,000 cash back across a full lineup of Ford vehicles. That's Ford, America's best-selling brand, now with exclusive holiday offers. Get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus $1,000 Ford credit cash across a full lineup of Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. Best-selling based on 2016 sales. Not all buyers qualify for Ford credit financing. 72 months at $1,389 per month for $1,000 finance regardless of down payment on cars and SUVs. 72 months at $1,389 per month for $1,000 finance regardless of down payment on F-150. Not available on Ford GT, Fiesta, Focus RS, Mustang GT 350, 350R, Raptor, or Super Duty. Take new retail delivery from dealer stock by November 30th, 2017. See dealer or go to buyfordnow.com for complete details.
The most trusted name in news, Fox News, every half hour, only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source. The most...
Join us at the 36th Annual Downtown Festival and Art Show, November 11th and 12th in beautiful downtown Gainesville for a weekend full of art, music, and culture. Explore a stunning collection of artwork by 240 artists and marvel at world-class paintings, vivid photography, unique sculpture, dazzling jewelry, and so much more. Enjoy continuous entertainment on 4 stages all weekend, including a downtown blues concert on Friday night. And bring the kids for free art activities at the Children's Imagination Station. For more information, call 352-334-ARTS or visit GainesvilleDowntownArtFest.org.
Direct Connect to UCF, where students who attend the College of Central Florida and graduate with an AA or articulated AS degree are guaranteed admission to the University of Central Florida. Success coaches are ready and waiting to assist you in designing an educational plan that is right for you in any of their locations across Central Florida. Remember, connecting is easy and guaranteed. Find out more at directconnecttoUCF.com.
Did you call Mike Scott Plumbing about the irrigation?
No, but did you know a crocodile can't stick its tongue out? Or that Humpty Dumpty rhyme never actually says he's an egg? Or that Chuck Norris counted to infinity? Twice.
Where the hell do you come up with these facts? And what's that have to do with the lawn?
Nothing really, just hoping you'd forget what you told me to do.
Well, here's a fact. Just like an elephant, I never forget. And here's another fun fact for you. If my plants die because you didn't call Mike Scott Plumbing to come over and install an irrigation system, you're going to be the one out there all night with a hose.
Well, as a matter of fact, I think I'll call Mike Scott Plumbing right now.
Now that's a fact.
237-2888.
Yes, 237-2888. Because if...
I know. If water runs through it, they do it. Did you know honeybees have 5 eyes?
Oh, brother, you're going to do this all night now, aren't you?
Or that a strawberry is not actually a berry, but a banana is? Or that Chuck Norris killed 2 stones with 1 bird? Or that polar bears are left-handed? Or that...
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. I'd like to invite you to stop by and see our new boutique area and meet our staff of professional stylists. Here at Hello Gorgeous, we are ready to update your look with the latest trends. And with summer here, it's the perfect time to brighten up your look. So make your appointment now for those highlights and Brazilian blowout. But don't stop there. We are a full-service salon offering manicures, pedicures, and facials also. So if you've been searching for a salon to call your own, come and see us at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located at 48 South Magnolia Avenue in downtown Ocala, right next to the Marion Theater. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358.
Hello, gorgeous.
Carol Ann Baldwin is here. We're talking about everything other than gardening during the
Yeah,
break.
I found my article, though.
What the article about what?
About the artichokes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
I found it.
Real quickly, before we say anything, in about 10 minutes, when we take the next break, we will be announcing some prizes we want to give away.
Yep.
And they are 2 tickets to the theater.
2 tickets to the theater for Over the River and Through the Woods. Only plays through this weekend, through Sunday.
Oh, okay.
I guess it is just
So you can go at the Ocala Civic Theater.
At the Ocala Civic Theater, but if you've won tickets for this before, you're not eligible to win.
Okay.
So save it for somebody else. Plus, we will also have the $20 gift certificate to Baldwin's Nursery.
So just hang in there. We'll make that announcement in about 9 minutes.
Yeah, something like that. The article, if anybody wants to try to find this on artichokes, if anybody's interested in artichokes, because it took me a few minutes to find it. It was Vegetable and Specialty Crop News. VSCnews.com /artichokes high profit potential, but it goes through with history and advantages and challenges on going through that. I mean that they high profit for one artichoke plant can produce several buds. Retail prices range from $1 to $5 per bud, so it's one of those kind of things that that if we can be first on the market kind of thing, Florida can do some better. And, and this is all in response to the problem with the citrus industry. While they're still working on growing, trying to figure out how to get citrus that's going to be resistant to the citrus greening and things like that, farmers have got to make a living. I mean, a lot more... I don't know, personally if anybody's doing more, as much tobacco as they used to grow in the past. Peanuts are a regulated commodity, so that there's only a certain amount on that. So the farmers are reaching out for other things, and they're bringing some of that smaller stuff. He's getting a little weird with the camera over here. I don't know, I'm getting scared. Hi. But, so it's just something, and like I said, I may try to grow it, try to start one as, it's a perennial plant in the garden, and we'll go for it. And if anybody's noticed, he's taking the pictures or whatever he's doing, or video, my shirt has the new Smart Pots shirt, because I was down in Orlando for the FNATS, the FNGLA Expo, which was canceled and then re-put on, and that's the trade show for nurserymen and landscapers, pretty much. And if anybody knows, I like the Smart Pots, and this year they had T-shirts to give away, but I got some more Smart Pots to demonstrate at the Ag Center, and they've got some new products coming out. I'm going to try to email them and see if they can get them interested on this show, even though I got to find out who our local distributors or local retailers are for this area. Now he's laughing. That always frightens me. I know I'm
I'm sorry,
amazing,
I'm going to post the video right now. Hold on, we have a phone call. Good morning. Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Thank you for saving me.
Hi, this is Hugh again, real quick.
Yeah.
See, I was thinking about Larry's little apple tree. It's an indoor tree, but will the leaves change color and drop off like it was living outside?
I hope not.
They may.
Really?
That's what I was actually wondering, if they were going to drop their leaves this year. It may not, only because the temperatures, once it gets a little bigger after a while, it won't be able to sit on the table. But it should even as an indoor tree, but it may not because of temperatures.
Now, like an outdoor apple tree down here in Florida, they drop their leaves and change color, drop their leaves.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, they lose their leaves. Pretty much all our fruit trees do, except for citrus. Your pears, your peaches, all that stuff, they all drop their leaves. Because it's in a pot inside here, it's warm in here. It may not.
It's really warm in here.
It really, actually today it is. It's toasty in here.
Wouldn't the tree like to have some brand new leaves? Like these might get old and worn out.
Well, I mean, it'll probably still put on new leaves next year. I mean, it'll continue. Like you said, we spotted another little leaf starting on this, which would be unusual for the trees at this time of year. And Larry's having too much fun over there. But I mean, it should be fine. They'll still go. And he made me a what am I?
I don't know what you are. Huntington Bear or something?
Oh, okay. But,
anyways, Larry, keep us updated on the apple tree. It's a wonderful little interesting thing in your studio there, and I hope someday that tree will grow up and that I'm not hoping you're going to die soon, but you'll be buried under it.
I'll be dead. Dead, yes.
We'll compost Larry and plant the tree over top.
I guarantee when I die, nobody's going to answer the phone as much as I do, just so you know.
That's it.
Okay, you guys, thanks a lot.
Thanks, you. All right, talk to you later.
By the way, you know what I'm doing with the drawings I did for Inktober?
You're making some kind of story book. Yeah, or
right.
something.
It's a fictional blog.
There you go. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I took a look at a couple of them. But where was I going to go with that? Oh, I also saw, and I did not, and I don't know where I saw it now, but you said this is a Gala apple?
Yes.
Gala apple,
yes.
It looks as if is a variety
really? That produces fruit in Florida?
Could produce fruit in Florida.
Oh, cool.
I do got to look a little further
I was thinking
into
I had to
that.
move to Chelsea or something.
No. That or we would have to get you another apple just to try to make, or something like that. But, so I'm going to look a little further at it, and we'll see whether or not we get it going. Hopefully, next year we'll get some size to it. It may have to move outside or something like that eventually.
So I was reading that 18 inches it should be put into the soil and into the outside dirt. Into the
outside soil.
Right.
It's only dirt.
Is that right? 18 inches sounds good to you?
I mean, you could still keep it. What they mean is put it up, make sure it's in a nice size pot, which we'll do that. I don't think it needs to go outside in the ground. If you were growing it as a in an orchard, they probably would be planted at that time in a row, and then, but 18 inches seems awfully small for that, but maybe they...
Do I feel the air conditioner coming in?
I did. I felt it, yeah. And it's a little cooler.
Good,
yeah, see the little things flapping in the breeze.
Thank you, whoever did that. Yeah. I'm going to share your picture now in the garden.
Oh, no.
By the way, with that said, let me remind you, there is a Facebook page that Carol Ann created just to go in as a companion to this radio show.
Right.
And it's called In the Garden.
In the Garden. It is a closed Facebook group, but just ask to join. And you can post pictures, you can do, you can ask questions. If you have a question that, question pertaining to gardening, landscaping, plants. I mean, we'll even get into food if you want. It's my page. We could ask, but I just ask you that you do not try to advertise without, contacting me in advance, and we'll do.
Well, I'm advertising you.
But that's all right. But that's that's advertising me. That's a little different. So, anything with that is. I see. Yes, tag me in a post.
All right, now I put it on there. Okay, and that was on In the Garden. All right, we got 2 minutes left.
2 minutes. And don't forget, at the break, we got the 2 tickets for Over the Hill and Through the Woods to Grandmother's House We Go. And this is good through the 12th of November. When you call in, we'll get your name and phone number, and there are 2, so that, because it won't be a ticket that you come pick up. Robin will call the theater and leave your name, and it's what they call, I think, an on-call or at-call ticket, something like that.
Sorry. I'm just distracting myself.
Yeah, you're just playing with your new phone, and it's through November the 12th. Matinees are at 2, which that's probably what you're going to get at the weekend. Doors open at evening performances at 8, with doors opening at 7. Box office phone number 352-236-2274. And like we said, if you've won tickets to the theater before, please let someone else win.
All right, so the way you win is you call, and I will pick a caller at random. The number is 622-9622. We will take the call during the break, so you will not be on the air, so you don't have to worry about that. No questions to answer, just you have to be lucky, I suppose. 622-9622. We'll be right back.
Attention veterans with dental needs. Dr. Chris Bonesteel is once again giving free dental care to all veterans on November 10th. What Dr. Bonesteel is offering are cleanings, fillings, and extractions at no cost to the veteran. What the veteran has to do is call Vets Helping Vets at 433-2320 to make an appointment. The program starts at 8 a.m. and ends at 3:30 p.m. So if you are a vet in need of dental care, call 433-2320. That's 433-2320.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
Is that couch cushion sinking lower every time you sit in it? Does your boat look better with the cover on? Has your car's interior seen its better days? Stop using a towel to cover up those rips in the golf cart. Isn't it about time you had it restored to better than new with a custom upholstery from Captain T? Captain T's Upholstery has been right here in Ocala for nearly 20 years, so they know how to make your ride one of a kind. Whether you want to take that classic ride back to a factory look or put your favorite sports team front and center, Captain T's Upholstery is who to call. 352-369-1810. That's 352-369-1810. Or stop by their location, 5030 South Pine Avenue in Ocala, just past the drive-in. And of course, don't forget to visit them on the web, CaptainTUpholstery.com.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
Join us at the 36th Annual Downtown Festival and Art Show, November 11th and 12th in beautiful downtown Gainesville for a weekend full of art, music, and culture. Explore a stunning collection of artwork by 240 artists and marvel at world-class paintings, vivid photography, unique sculpture, dazzling jewelry, and so much more. Enjoy continuous entertainment on 4 stages all weekend, including a downtown blues concert on Friday night. And bring the kids for free art activities at the Children's Imagination Station. For more information, call 352-334-ARTS or visit GainesvilleDowntownArtFest.org.
Announcing the album release concert of the year at Christ Church of Marion County, Gemma Adams
Jesus loves you.
performing her new album and smash hit, Path of Least Resistance, number 12, top 100 nationwide. Also legendary singer Chuck Day. Gemma has one of the best voices of our time. Don't miss this stellar concert at Christ Church of Marion, Saturday the 18th of November at 6:30 p.m. Hear her new album at GemmaAdams.org.
Every angel has a past.
Life South Community Blood Centers is an emergency need for all types of blood. Our community blood supply is at an emergency level. This means there is little, if any, blood on the shelves at Life South, and our hospital's blood supply is very low. 30 minutes of your time can literally save a life. Do something amazing today. Please donate blood. Call Life South toll-free, 888-795-2707 for more information, or visit www.lifesouth.org and find a blood drive near you.
The City of Ocala Department of Recreation and Parks are proud to present the 34th Annual Light Up Ocala on November 18th. The fun starts on the square in downtown Ocala from 4 to 9 p.m. There'll be food vendors, 4 stages of entertainment, Whoville, Theme Kids Zone, the Downtown Holiday Skating Rink, crafts, the Junior Sunshine Christmas Parade around the square, and at about 7:30 p.m., the official Downtown Lighting Ceremony. See you at Light Up Ocala.
Guess that's us right there, huh?
Oopsies.
Well, congratulations. We had a winner.
Yes, we
and
did.
Congratulations. Robin will be calling if she hasn't already. And so that person will be going to the theater and getting $20 from Bob Wines.
Bob Wines, right.
Not
And
bad.
as we're doing, we're coming into, of course, they are not for seasonal plants. So I guess they probably are limiting that you're not going to be able to get your poinsettias or your Christmas cactus from that, because that's one of the things. But you can get camellias, which are a winter bloomer, and get those. We're always talking about them. And that's a great plant for this time of year. Anything else? I mean, because we can plant year round here, so that's not a big problem for us. If it's grown in a container, not dug up out of the dirt and moved, but grown in a container, it can pretty well be put in the ground at any time. I mean, some plants obviously would like to be planted more in the spring than they would coming into the fall, but your hardy shrubs and things like that will handle this time of year. Just be sure you keep things watered, before while you're doing.
Yeah.
And I am next week, and I have to say, I fell behind. I was on vacation. You got to give me a break. I sort of fell behind. But I did go down to the trade show and got some information and a few things that, I'll try to bring some information to you to look for either in retail stores or if you shop online for some cool things that I saw, with the smart pots, which I've given away here before, which I use at the Ag Center and things like that. They got a new shape. Instead of round, it's going to be rectangular. New shape. Wow. Not like we can create any new shapes. It's coming out after the first of the year, so I'm gonna try to get one for the gardens. We'll see if we can get an extra one to possibly give away or something. And we saw some items that you can use for establishing trees and shrubs that will keep the plants, the trees and shrubs, that root ball moist for you, especially if it's a dry winter where you're trying to get it watered enough. These actually seem to do better. They actually called them tree diapers or plant diapers, because I guess it has a diaper material inside the layers, and that you wet that well, and it will release water. It will also retain water should you get rain, and seeping that water out over an extended period of time to help you get your trees and shrubs established. And the photographs they had showing where one retail location had planted some trees using the water bags around them, and showed that the trees actually declined using those because it did not you had to keep filling the watering bags up. They did not collect rainwater as it went, and it was actually after a rain, you looked under the bag and it was dry underneath there. So their product, it was, they talked to that retail place and said, hey, listen, can we use our product on it and show you what it does? Yeah. And they did, and actually the trees came, I believe the trees were still the same trees, but that they came back and are thriving now afterwards.
So I have a question for you. The week of Thanksgiving, we're going to New York.
Right.
I won't be here to water my tree.
Oh, your tree will be fine.
Should I just leave it outside? Let the wind...
No, it should be all right.
Well, what if I leave it outside? Then if it rains, it'll get water.
Yeah, but it's such a tiny tree, I'm afraid somebody would knock it over. Would take it.
I'll put it in a safe place.
Huh? I don't think it really matters. It's not going to...
A whole week?
Yeah. I mean, there's others here. I come in, do the radio, I can give it a drink of water.
Oh, okay. I got one.
Or you water, I mean, and it doesn't need that much water. I mean, it's been...
I know you say that, but sometimes I'll come in here on a Monday after I wasn't here all weekend, and it's dry. I mean,
but if you reach down in there, is it
think?
Dry?
I don't know.
Yeah, usually probably about once a week is enough.
You think?
Yeah. Especially if you water it, what are you going away, on the weekend, or you're going?
Sunday.
So if it's watered on Friday and somebody waters it Tuesday, and you'll be back the following Sunday? Saturday? Yeah, it'll probably be fine.
Probably?
Yeah, it'll be fine.
I don't like that word.
It's not going to die. I'll tell you that. It won't die that quickly. It will not die that quickly. And you could
It's just like raising a child, isn't it?
It's well...
Is it weird? I mean, do you see other people having gardens and they just don't want to leave because of the garden?
Oh, well, not that they don't want to leave, but they're worried that their plants won't be watered, that their neighbors got to do. I've even had the people coming in going, do you have such and such a plant? Because I told my neighbor I would take care of my plant, their plant, and da-da-da, it died.
Oh, no.
And
Well, nobody has an apple tree seedling, I don't think.
No, you're not going to
Except
find
in
a
my
little,
story. You should see my story.
sure,
Everybody's got one.
That's it, yeah. And that's an interesting story. But, no, it should be fine. And that's the one thing we have to, you don't want it to sit in water, when you're away, because that starts to eliminate air in the pot. That's what plants die from being underwater, not because it was too much water, it's because they do. The roots cannot breathe underwater if it's too much.
Oh, that's not good.
And so that's why we don't leave things in a saucer, because once that soil gets too saturated, it begins to lose its ability to have oxygen in that.
Oh my God!
And so we don't want to do that. But your little apple tree will be fine. If you would like, I will take it home that week and babysit it. Yes.
Yes, Robin, did you hear that? All right.
I will babysit the tree if you'd like for Thanksgiving.
Will you send photos like when we're gone? Post photos onto your Facebook of what your baby's doing. What if it got decorated for Christmas? Like a little tiny ornaments. Well, that makes you Aunt Carol.
That makes me, hey, I'm all kinds of Aunt Carol.
Carol Ann.
Yeah.
What do the kids call you, Aunt Carol Ann or Aunt Carol?
Aunt Carol Ann.
They do both?
Yeah. Hey, just as long as they don't call me late for dinner, I don't mind.
Gosh, 5 minutes left is all we have.
5 minutes left in the show.
Fast. It's a great hour. I love this hour.
It is. And like I said, today I played in the garden at the Ag Center. I did put another...
you should see yourself. That's a pretty blue coat you got on.
My Paddington Bear. Woohoo. I was like Paddington Bear. There is a new bed in the big, the fabric pots that I like, the smart beds.
It's weird. You're not wearing headphones in this picture.
Because you covered them up with a hat.
I didn't. The app did it, I guess.
The app did it, yeah.
Wow.
But, so I got some onions planted today, got some lettuce planted today, carrots, some radishes.
You don't have any ears at all. This picture.
Because they're hidden under the hat. You have too much fun with that stuff.
Okay, sorry. Looking at your picture.
But not too late to plant things in the garden now that you'll be able to harvest throughout the wintertime. Kale, collards, mustard greens, all your greens, your broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, snow peas, sugar snap peas can go in. Those are your English peas kind of plant. Radishes, lettuce, carrots, tomato. And if you plant these sort of successively, you don't have all your harvest at once, so you're not suddenly stuck with 12 heads of cabbage that you're going, okay, who wants coleslaw? Or are you going to make a whole lot of sauerkraut? Or you're going to get into kimchi? Or that you have to process it all at once. If you plant a few, or your lettuces and carrots and such, that you can harvest and use fresh more often. Your lettuce is great to plant like every 2 weeks, and that way you've got some that are just up and growing and some that are beginning to be harvested all in a,
that is some picture that Kathy put on your site.
Oh, all of her aphids there?
Those are ladybugs?
No, those are aphids.
What the heck
And she's
is that?
asking, where's my ladybugs? Because she wants her ladybugs and the ladybug larvae to come eat them.
Is this like microscopic? Or can you see this with
You can see that with your naked eye. She just has a really good. She did a good close up on that.
Wow.
And
they look horrible.
yes, yeah.
How come
and
some of them are yellow?
There's different varieties of them and different ages.
Oh my
of the
gosh.
different instars of the.
And the ladybug eats them?
Yep. And so does her little monster-looking ladybug larvae.
And what does this do to the plant? Eat it?
The aphids will suck plant juices. They poke their little proboscis into the plant and sit there and slurp out nutrient.
God
And
just
so
has
we
too much
don't-
fun with
So
us,
we
doesn't
don't
he?
we don't want them. And then actually after a while, your aphids can secrete a what we call honeydew, which grows your sooty mold, the black stuff that you see sometimes on citrus trees, on camellias and things like that. So it's like, okay, you see the mold, you don't need a fungicide, you need an insecticide, or you need to wash off those things. You see ants coming up in the top of the plants and things like that. Ants will actually kind of farm aphids because they like to consume that honeydew, and because it's a sweet sticky, substance that the ants will actually take and process.
Oh my gosh.
We're at the end of the day.
We are. Enjoy the last day of your vacation. Thank you for taking time out of your vacation to do this.
Yeah.
Anybody who wants to be part of this, it's fun because there's a website. Carolina's going to be my apple tree babysitter.
That's it.
In Thanksgiving week.
Oh, yeah. Get him to grow big and strong for Daddy.
All right, well, we'll see you next week then.
See you next week, Larry.
And 2 weeks from today,
2 weeks.
You don't see me. You see whoever's sitting here.
Whoever's in the seat.
Right, probably
in the command
Dan.
center.
It'll be Dan.
It'll be Dan? Okay. All right.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Everybody have a great week.
Bye.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. There's an investigation into why the Air Force neglected to report the Texas church shooter's domestic violence record to the FBI as required. That lapse allowed Devin Patrick Kelly to pass a background check for gun purchases. Air Force Secretary Heather Wilson tells Fox,
"What happened in Texas was absolutely awful on this weekend. I think all of us were just heartbroken. But that's why we've launched a full-scale review of what happened in this case and every other one like it."
26 people died in the shooting in Sutherland Springs, with 15 hospitalized as of last night. President Trump in Seoul, South Korea, meeting with President Moon Jae-in about trade and North Korea's nuclear program.
The United States stands prepared to defend itself and its allies using the full range of our unmatched military capabilities if need be.
The president goes to China next. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Men, if you're like me, you appreciate the feeling of a clean, smooth shave from a quality blade. The sort of shave that cuts clean without the burn. So why are you messing around with generic razors that cost $32 for an 8-pack, when you can shave with Harry's high-quality German-engineered blades for half the price? And because Harry's is so confident in the quality of their blades, they'll send you their most popular set, complete with a razor, one of their world-famous blades, shaving cream, and post-shave balm for free if you cover shipping. A total value of $20 at no cost to you, with code 1170 at checkout. Their way of saying thank you for trying them. How is Harry's able to save you all this money and still give you the best shave you'll ever enjoy? By owning the factory that manufactures the blades. That's how. Go to harrys.com now and enter code 1170 at checkout to claim your free trial set and post-shave balm. That's harrys.com, code 1170.
The very best in quality is Captain T's upholstery.
Is that couch cushion sinking lower every time you sit in it? Does your boat look better with the cover on? Has your car's interior seen its better days? Stop using a towel to cover up those rips in the golf cart. Isn't it about time you had it